My name is Linda Schiller Hanna. This is a YouTube channel, Inner Kid Keto. I am posting daily for a year, and you happen to have landed on segment 68. If this is your first time here, welcome. There are no accidents. Things seem to arrive in our lives when we're ready. Shakespeare says the readiness is all. If you're inclined to like what you find here and want to go back to the beginning or randomly through the various previous episodes, that's great. If you only want to stay 2 minutes, I bid you happy next day, next life, if this isn't a fit. But maybe you're not here as randomly as you think. In spirit, there are no accidents. So this is the thing. Back in Thanksgiving 2024, and tomorrow's April 1st, so we're talking about almost 6 months now, I started a keto food plan. I went off sugar, white rice, white flour, all the carbs, no spaghetti, no pasta. It was hard at first. I do take stevia. I eat lots of meat, lots of bacon. I followed the keto food plan pretty darn rigidly. In fact, for a couple of months, I barely even did fruits or vegetables. Pretty much meat, fat, meat, and very quickly dropped 40 pounds, which I needed to lose. But what I know from previous efforts of losing weight and what I know this time around, when the fat goes away, the feelings rise up. Down goes the fat, up comes the stuff. All the stuff I was trying to push away, forget about, numb out, zero out, not see, not think about, not deal with. I was using sugar and carbs as a drug. And if you're honest, probably most of you can say, oh yeah, I can relate to that. I think some people can eat it normally, but those of us who tend to pack it on too much, get a little chunky, most of us, if we've taken more than we need and it's packed on, we've probably used it more as a drug. Now, today's phrase is carb coma. I didn't make that up, but I just love it. One of my friends, former students, Ryan Burton, came up with it. He said he started the keto thing. He lost 15 pounds very quickly off his belly. And he said he just let go of 32 years of a carb coma because he's a young guy. I think that phrase is it. Wow. Carb coma. After being off of the carbs for so long, I was able to let go of my ADD medication because my focus came back. My clarity came back. My ability to get things done came back. I wasn't half asleep on the job in my life. I wasn't groggy, logy, out of it, sleepy, dysfunctional. Some of you know what I'm talking about, unfortunately, from experience. But if you're still circling this idea and wondering, will this do anything for me? You might want to consider even a few days with this. Now, I'm not going to say I never enjoyed food again. It isn't like I never had a sweet flavor. I used stevia comfortably instead of sugar, and that gave me enough of a joy jolt in my food. Like I have decaf tea with stevia. By the way, I went off all caffeine too. I don't smoke, so no caffeine, no nicotine, no carbs. A really clean diet. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm trying to share. All I know is it's worked for me. I've had 40 pounds go away. Bye-bye. Stay gone. And as I keep staying in this food plan and keep dealing with the feelings that do arise, I'm managing just fine. In fact, my life gets better and better. Go figure, huh? Now, back here I have little Linda. Those of you who've been here a while know about little Linda. And I tried to think of something to go with this purple, and I found this kind of little purpley snake. But I'm willing to call it a slug, a carb slug, because it's purple and it matches. If we're just so sluggish from eating junk food, we don't want little Linda eating junk food and getting all frazzled and freaked out and hokey. So this time I'm going to take the old carb snake away, the snaky, sluggy thing, and take it away from her. And I'm going to put her back up here. And let's give her a little teddy bear, a little bear hug. Here, we'll celebrate releasing the carbs and give her a safe little teddy bear. Can you give yourself something safe? I invite you to give yourself something safe, try it for an hour. See what you can do for an hour. Could you go up carbs and sugar for an hour? One of the things they recommend for people who are first starting this is to try to do what they call intermittent fasting. So you say you have dinner at 6:30, you stop eating at 7 at night, and you say no snacks at all through the night into the morning, and maybe don't have breakfast till 7. There is a 12-hour span of nothing. You can have water, you could have decaf tea or decaf coffee, but anyway, I don't recommend diet sodas. I've had a whole video on that a few days ago. But that would start to break the cycle, and that allows your body to rest and to heal and to start getting cleaned out. And you start to drift out of that coma. The advice in the books that I've read say if you can go from 7 p.m. to 8 or 9 or even 10 a.m. before having something to eat, so much the better. They call that going into ketosis. And in ketosis, it burns the fat. Fascinating stuff. This is the most amazing scientific process I've ever found that works for true weight loss and substantial weight loss quickly and safely. All right, I'm not telling you need to go off ADD pills or whatever. I just was able to risk that and found it working for me. So this is not telling you to do that. You need to talk to your doctor and notice what's right for you. Okay, so let me tell you about Ryan a little bit. Ryan Burton is the gentleman that came up with this phrase, carb coma, which I just grabbed on. I said, that's a topic for today. I'm going to show you, I made a little sign with Ryan Burton's information. This is how you spell it. Ryan Burton. And he has a YouTube video called After Awakening, and he has a website, afterawakening.com. See how he spells Ryan, R-Y-A-N. Now, in my other life, what I've done for the last 30, 40 years is I've been an intuitive counselor. I've been a psychic, and I have taught intuition development, psychic development, for over 1,000 people all over the country and some internationally. And Ryan took my online class. He had a private class with me. It's quite affordable for what you get. It's $500 for 4 1.5-hour sessions. You get a minister's license, so you're legal to do hands-on healing and counseling, spiritual counseling. You can even do weddings most of the places in this country, which I do weddings. If you're interested in that class, I will be posting, I'm going to be adding that to my regular website for you, innerkidketo.com. Right now we have the thing that starts tonight, March 31st, which is the Pete Walker group for $10 a month. When that's the complex PTSD from surviving to thriving. This is more working through the childhood issues. The psychic development class is a totally different thing. And if you have interest in that, you can just email me at linda@lightworker22 and we can talk about it, at no charge. At least ask any questions you might have. And if you decide you want to do that class, let me know. If I have a group, I can make it a group on Zoom, or you can have it private. I even take payment plans. So I don't want to go deep into that topic, but that is another thing that I offer. I also do readings. Anyway, Ryan Burton, of all the 1,000 students I've taught, is probably the most aware, magnificent soul I've ever encountered in this lifetime. If he's only 32 and I'm 77, you figure it out. But he is a master. I think he's a real master. He knows things and does things I can't even begin to understand. He's a monk. He's a word traveler. He's a meditation coach. If you go to his site, you will see all the different things he offers. Try his YouTube channel, if nothing else. And it's After Awakening, or his website is afterawakening.com. I love the guy. I think you would too. He's humble, brilliant, wise. This generation's Buddha, in my view. Sorry, Ryan, to lay it on so thick, but you are amazing. And it was my honor to have you in my class. All right. What do you need to know from today? What's your takeaway? Consider releasing the carb coma. See what it feels like to live without the foggy stuff. See what it feels like to wake up clear, focused, and ready to go. See what it feels like to have energy in your body that lasts all day long without that afternoon slump. See what it feels like to know how you feel and to manage your feelings as they arise, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day. See what it's like to live authentically, to say your truth, to be yourself, to be a little different from the crowd. If you're not eating junk food, people will notice. No birthday cake? Really? No, thank you. Don't need a birthday cake. I just went to, I had a pacemaker put in a year ago, Christmas, and I had my EKG checkup this morning, and I told the lady when she was putting all this goop on my chest and taking pictures of my heart, I said, I lost 40 pounds. That should have helped. She said, oh, it definitely would take strain off your heart. Definitely. I have a dear friend, Michael Bradford from Virginia Beach, who is another healer in my life. Unfortunately, we never met in person, but we were phone friends for years. He just passed over, and I know he had heart issues. I know it got him. The last week that we talked, he said, I feel I'm 80% on the other side. Well, he's made his transition. He's now 100% on the other side. I consider death a graduation. He has graduated from Earth School, and I promise you, Michael Bradford has A+. And I love him, and I know he's sitting here laughing at me, saying he always wanted to teach a class with me. We never worked that out. But he's teaching a class with me today. And Michael really walked his talk. He did a session for me, the first reading he ever did for me, and it was all over the phone. He said, I see there's something about a doll, a little doll. What's this about? And I remembered instantly. And I'll tell you that story before we wind up. We were living in Salem, Oregon at the time. There was my mom, my dad, and us 3 kids. I was the oldest. I think it was about 9. And these friends from Tacoma came to visit with their kids. And the minute they got out of the car, the mother of that family, I think her name was Arthelen, handed me a little baby doll. It was a cute doll and I loved it. But unfortunately, my little girlfriend from across the street was standing right next to me when she handed me the doll. And I had been taught to share. Our family was all about you got to share. And because she didn't have a doll for my friend, I was keenly aware of my girlfriend's sadness that she didn't get a doll. So without thinking, I just knee-jerk response gave her the doll. Here, for you. Now, Arthelen got mad at me. She said, I gave you the doll, not her. So I went into meltdown. I went into shame. I went into sadness, grief. There was nowhere to go with those feelings. I think I even ran away from home. I think I ran 3 whole blocks away for a while, crying, upset. I don't remember what happened with the doll, whether she gave it back. I don't know. But that was one of those trauma memories that was deep inside of me. And Michael knew me like 5 minutes in a phone session and came up with that story. And it was like he had the dynamics of my whole childhood in a 5-minute session. He was really gifted. We did a lot of trades. We did a lot of readings for each other. And sometimes he would try to pay me and I'd say, no, I don't need any money. It's okay. We exchange. And one day he said, would you like tuna fish? I said, yeah, I love tuna fish. He sent me a whole case of tuna fish. And I ate it for weeks. And today I was in the grocery store and I bought a can of tuna fish in Michael Bradford's honor. And guess what? Tuna fish is keto safe. Thank you, Michael. This tuna is for you. You may think, what are these crazy stories Linda comes up with? She talks about slugs, vegetable slug, carbo slug. She talks about teddy bears. She talks about dolls. She talks about tuna fish. What the hell is Linda talking about? Linda is stream of consciousness. I channel, I download in the moment, moment to moment, hour to hour throughout my life. I follow spirit without question. Every single day I wake up and say, what do you want me to talk about today? Some one of you, and maybe more, possibly needed to hear about Carb Coma, or my little Lightworker intensive class, or the fact that we're starting the new complex PTSD group tonight at 8:30 Eastern. It's not too late to get in. I'm going to let you in for a while. It's only $10 a month on Zoom. If you have any problems, email me, linda@lightworker22.com, and I'll make sure we get you signed up. All right, that's enough for now. Thank you for showing up. I decided to wear purple because the slug was purple. This looks very bunchy in purple. I decided to do Ryan's painting in purple. Let's play purple. Maybe carbo loading is purple. I love the color purple, but I've learned that I cannot safely eat it. So I'm going to unload this carbo jacket and get back to a slimmer and lighter version of myself. And thank God 40 pounds isn't here. That was here back in October. And 40 pounds isn't working on my heart in a negative way. I'm not done with Earth School. And maybe you aren't either. Good luck. God bless. Adios. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And if you want to sign up and subscribe, great. And if you just want to show up randomly, great. And if you never come back, I understand this may not be your job, but loved having you even one time. Take care. Take care of you. No matter how you do it, take care of you. Blessings. Bye-bye.